So for today's practice of meditation, it'll be about a 35-minute class. We're gonna first do some pranayama, some breath work. So the meditation that I have for us today is on support, finding support from someone that's meaningful to you or has meant something to you, something in nature. It could be anything. So we'll go through that. Um, we'll also just begin, like I said, with breath, to notice breath as a support. So if you can just find a comfortable position, and for this moment of time, just offer yourself a seated position. And just in a few moments, I'll also offer lying down. So here, just beginning to watch your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Noticing if your breath is shallow, if it's deep, or if it's somewhere in between. Notice under the body any supports that are beneath you. Can you lengthen up from that support, rolling the shoulders down the back, allowing your chin to be parallel to the ground beneath you, feeling the breath flowing in and flowing out. Take a deep inhale, fill up full with your air, and then exhale, let the breath go. Taking another inhalation and another exhale. See if here you can take an inhale, inhale, and then fully exhale. So separate the inhale into two. So inhaling, inhaling, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Several more rounds on your own, 2 sips of inhale, and then 1 long exhale. Coming back to natural inhalation, exhalation, however it flows naturally. I want to offer a supportive breath work where we're going to take our thumbs or our pointer fingers, and we're either going to find the there's a crevice in your eye here right where the bone is and right by your eye. You can press just softly there, or if that feels uncomfortable in any way, you'll take your fingers at the sides of your nose and press there. So we're going to lengthen our spine. And then on our exhale, slide our fingers wherever feels natural to you. Take another inhale. With your next exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest and allow your fingers to support the head. This is a nice breath work for exhaustion. Take another inhale. And an exhale, allow yourself to be supported by the fingers. Inhale, bring your head up so your chin is parallel to the ground again. Fingers still in that space that feels comfortable. Exhale, allow that chin to come back down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, bring your chin parallel to ground. And then exhale, allow the chin to come down towards the chest, allowing the fingers to support your head. Raising your head up. Next exhale, send the chin back down. Next inhale, bring your head back up, lower your hands to your lap. Just be here. Notice any sensations from that pranayama, that breath practice. Know that if anything gets stressful in your life, you can always drop it back to your breath. The breath is always there. To be alive is to breathe. So that breath supports you just like your spine. Now here's a nice space. If you feel like lying down, you can lie down, maybe stretch your towel, your mat long, and you lie down, or you can stay seated. So today I thought it would be interesting to offer a meditation on your support network. So just allow yourself to settle in, be natural in your seat or on your back. It can be very helpful and important to remember our support that is already and always there for us. Just like I said before, that could be as easy as the breath, the spine. It could be people around you in your life, beyond the people around you. It could be sitting out in nature. So we're going to spend a great deal of time highlighting our support system. And then we'll go outward with it in a more broader sense. And then thereafter, feeling our support. If it feels good to you today, I'll have you come up with a challenging situation in your life to rest back into that support system. But know that if any time my words or this practice does not serve you, just fall back onto your natural breath and you be what you are. Allow the words to drift away and practice what you feel is best for you. That is a form of self-care. We'll begin by taking a few moments to feel into your body. Stretch in any way you'd like here. That could be bringing chin to chest and then rocking the chin side to side. It could be inhaling your arms up and maybe taking a side bend. Just find some movement. Bringing your hands to your knees and rounding spine, taking a form of seated cat, and then floating the heart out in between the arms into cow, back and forth. Just find some movement. Notice your body as you're moving here. It could be something as simple as finding a circle on the seat. And if you are lying down, simple as rocking your head side to side or your toes side to side. Just finding movement. Creating an experience where you have a lengthened spine and you can feel some movement in the spine, in the body. A lot of times when you don't feel support around you, you can feel crumpled and rounded. So here, my intention for you here is to find your own support physically. Maybe that means bringing your awareness to the spine, noticing how long it is on its own. No matter if it's rounded in some way or another, there is length, straightness to it. Notice your legs, your arms. Now, feel the breath in the body. Notice how you inhale, it surrounds your body inside. And as you exhale, you rest back in the breath, in the body, feeling your own support somatically. And take a moment to feel as you're breathing that there's movement inherent in the breath. So when you inhale, there's a small bit of expansion. And as you exhale, your body closes in on itself. So there's movement just with the breath and kind of an ebb and a flow. If you feel any rigidity or stiffness in your body, let your body move more. And this is throughout the meditation practice today. Invoke some movement on purpose to release the frozenness. And as you do it, it'll be easier to come back to your body. Now let your attention be drawn into the palms of your hands. For many people, this is the easiest place to notice and feel sensation. We have so many nerve endings here. Let your hands be as relaxed as possible. And that's not a doing, but a releasing. Just feel your palms and maybe your fingertips. Let your whole attention linger here. And let the sensation in your palms unfold. As you stay and feel, feel, feel. And nothing in particular needs to happen. Whatever is happening is what you'll notice. You may notice a kind of shimmering, a kind of pulsation. Sometimes we can feel our heartbeat in our fingertips. You might feel a kind of radiance in your hands. And as you're feeling into your hands, allow your body to subtly undulate and rock a bit or reflect the movement of the breath. Let your attention slide up from the hands and feel the forearms, the elbows, and the upper arms, maybe even the shoulders, to whatever degree sensation is here for you. And maybe up into the throat, the face, and the head. Feeling into the organs of sensation, the mouth, ears, nose, eyes, and skin. Not thinking about them, but actually feeling and noticing a sensation as if it unfolds like a flower, a kind of opening. And as you're noticing sensation in the body, have any sense of ease, any sense of relaxing into the sensorial experience. Down through the torso, feeling front and back and sides. And maybe it's easier to feel if you move a little bit, or easier to feel if the movements are more subtle. Experiment for yourself. It might be inner sensations, or digestion, or lungs breathing. Down through the hips, legs through the feet. We could take the whole meditation to keep going through the body in this way. And at any time, in our time together today, you can come back to notice where you feel the most sensation. Now let something come that for you represents one person that's been a reliable support for you in your life. Maybe this person is still living, or maybe they're gone. A person that you know that you could count on. Maybe a relative, maybe a teacher, a librarian, or a friend of some kind. And if no one in particular comes to mind, you can imagine the kind of person you would want as a support. And maybe you have seen someone like this in the movies or in a book. And let this person come be right with you, as if they're next to you, in your presence, and feel their support. Or maybe they would call you to see how you're doing, or do anything to make your life just a little bit better. Keep breathing and keep subtly undulating or moving in a way that keeps you from being frozen. And now, if you have more than one person, add a few more. Maybe a few good friends, your posse, or your chosen family that you trust to be there for you. And as we widen our circle of support a little bit, you could include more imaginary characters. You could include pets. This is very important for a lot of us to include our pets. See if you were standing in a room or in a yard or in a field and saying out loud, inviting your people to come. Who would show up? You have a lineage of ancestors, some of them known, some of them unknown. Invite them in too. Let them all stand here or lie down here or sit here and be with you in whatever way feels just right to you today. And consider other forms of support. Perhaps there's elements of nature that feel like support. Maybe it's the sun shining right now, the birds, the wind through your hair, the wind through the trees. Some of us need mountains, some of us need the ocean to feel supported, or rivers, or a particular smell related to nature or other living beings like hummingbirds or hawks. Certain insects or even certain songbirds. Could be anything. Consider support from nature. And there is no limit. You can have as much as you like or want. Allow abundance to be a part of your support network. So as many people as you like, as many scenes from nature that work for you. And take a few moments, not just think about, but as you let them come to you, feeling what it's like. What does it actually feel like to be in nature in the way you like? For some of us, we might include art or forms of creativity, including music, things you can see, something for all the senses. What kind of music feels like support to you? Maybe just knowing that you can choose the music for the timing, for the experience is enough. Another kind of support might be a variety of spiritual support, might be a prayer that has meaning for you, or a chant, a poem, something that in times of difficulty you can go to and be renewed and reminded of the beauty, power, and goodness in the world and not being alone. Knowing as we linger with these kinds of support, the more we feel into them, the more we remember them, the more they will be available to us when we need them. And sometimes they'll show up all on their own. Just like sometimes when your friends know exactly the right moment to call you. If you've memorized a poem or you have prayers that have been important to you, sometimes when you're struggling, they'll just show up unbidden as a kind of support to you. Feel the effect of just imagining this in your whole body. And might it be possible that in some way the whole universe has your back? The whole universe is wishing you well, whatever that means to you. There's some benevolence here. And the vastness of all that is wishing you in particular, along with all the other particulars, wishing you well. And now a feeling into all this support has created a shift in you where you feel filled up, where you feel kind of nourishment, where you feel a kind of shininess, then you might take this next step. And if you're still experimenting with finding your support and feeling into it, then keep doing that. And if you're feeling quite nourished and resourced it now, keep feeling that feeling and touch into a situation in your life that feels like a challenge. And see if it feels different when you're fully resourced and supported. It may not so feel as you go. And step back fully into the feeling of support. Not only the ground beneath you, all the way through the list of all the other kinds of supports, into the entire universe having your back and wishing you well. Drench yourself in the feeling of being supported. If it's helpful, you might take this image of how it was to be a little baby, and hopefully someone in your life held you in a way where you could just let yourself be cradled and settle into them. And let go into the knowing that kind of support. And you can also imagine what it would be like, so supported that you could just relax and settle in. And if it seems appropriate today, dip your toes again into the challenge that you noted earlier, from that place of being supported, knowing the whole universe has your back. And what is it like to also, not instead of, but feel the support and feel the challenge at the same time? If that doesn't feel okay today, then don't do it. Stay with a feeling of cultivating your support network. Now, letting the challenge go for now. It will be there when you want to turn back into it. And let yourself feel completely nourished and rested and supported by the surfaces under you, by the people you've gathered around you, the animals, the places in nature, spiritual beings and teachings, poems, art and creativity, music, even delicious food can count as support. And once again, let yourself savor and feel into all of this here with you. And not just here with you, but here for you. And depending on what feels just right for you, you could pick one thing to focus on, or perhaps it feels really good to feel the accumulative experience of all the support. Choose how you want to be with the feeling support for the next few moments. Allowing to the best of your ability your body to relax back into the support, and then to feel the felt experience of being supported. And allow yourself to move and undulate in whatever way feels right at this time. Letting go of any assignment and just resting here. Savoring what is here for you. Taking a nice, easy time to feel what's here. Feeling what it feels like to be a lot more filled up. Sometimes when we take time to be with ourselves in this way, we feel refreshed and ready to move on to the next things to do. And sometimes when we realize that when we're with ourselves, we realize we're really tired and need to take space and time for rest. Notice where you're at. Take care of yourselves as you move into the next part of the day, and listen to what request has been arising for you. Ready to go to the next thing or not? Needing more rest? Taking it easy if that's the message. Support. It is not just a word, but a feeling. Without support, nothing and no one can stand on ground and achieve all the hurdles. A chair has support of its legs to stay still, to bear our weight. Similarly, if we have support from even one person, the doors of our darkness would be wide open for growth. Bringing your awareness back to the air against your skin, the breath in the body, the surface beneath you, all the space around your body, beginning to deepen the breath, wiggling fingers, toes. Before making any final movements here, truly sit back in that support. Anything that came to mind of your support network, the person, place, smell, whatever it was, one thing, bring it to mind here. With your exhale, drop it to the heart. Let this meditation practice go. Coming back to this waking moment, maybe back to the seat or staying wherever you are and feeling comfortable. Wherever you're at, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out, feeling the ground beneath you. Thank you so much for your practice today. May this practice serve you where you need it most, and may you reflect often on your supports. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thanks.